If life feels like too much for you, if it seems like every problem arrives all at once, if you're struggling to keep your footing, I've got great news for you. We are going to work Psalm magic today. We're going to use Psalm 69 as a magical operation to be lifted out of overwhelming circumstances. If you've never worked Psalm magic before, you'll be surprised at how effective it is. It's a simple 2-step formula, and I'm going to take you through each of those steps today. When you work Psalm magic, you are actually planting magical seeds deep in the fertile grounds of your mind. And those seeds take root, they grow, they blossom forth, and they bear fruit after their kind. And that's exactly what we are going to do today with Psalm 69. The first step, read this psalm all the way through once without stopping. So here we go. Save me, O God, for the waters are come in unto my soul. I sink in deep mire where there is no standing. I am come into deep waters where the floods overflow me. I am weary of my crying, my throat is dried. Mine eyes fail while I wait for my God. They that hate me without a cause are far more than the hairs of mine head. They that would destroy me, being mine enemies wrongfully, are mighty. Then I restored that which I took not away. O God, thou knowest my foolishness, and my sins are not hid from thee. Let not them that wait on thee, O Lord God of hosts, be ashamed for my sake. Let not those that seek thee be confounded for my sake, O God of Israel. Because for thy sake I have borne reproach, shame hath covered my face. I am become a stranger unto my brethren, and an alien unto my mother's children. For the zeal of thine house hath eaten me up, and the reproaches of them that reproached thee are fallen upon me. When I wept and chastened my soul with fasting, that was to my reproach. I made sackcloth also my garment, and I became a proverb to them. They that sit in the gate speak against me, and I was the song of the drunkards. But as for me, my prayer is unto thee, O Lord, in an acceptable time. O God, in the multitude of thy mercy, hear me, in the truth of thy salvation. Deliver me out of the mire, and let me not sink. Let me be delivered from them that hate me, and out of the deep waters. Let not the water flood overflow me, neither let the deep swallow me up. And let not the pit shut her mouth upon me. Hear me, O Lord, for thy loving kindness is good. Turn unto me according to the multitudes of thy tender mercies, and hide not thy face from thy servant, for I am in trouble. Hear me speedily. Draw nigh unto my soul and redeem it. Deliver me because of mine enemies. Thou hast known my reproach, and my shame, and my dishonor. Mine adversaries are all before thee. Reproach hath broken my heart, and I am full of heaviness. And I looked for some to take pity, but there was none, and for comforters, but I found none. They gave me also gall for my meat, and in my thirst they gave me vinegar to drink. Let their table become a snare before them, and that which should have been for their welfare, let it become a trap. Let their eyes be darkened, that they see not, and make their loins continually to shake. Pour out thine indignation upon them, and let thy wrathful anger take hold of them. Let their habitation be desolate, and let none dwell in their tents. For they persecute him whom thou hast smitten, and they talk to the grief of those whom thou hast wounded. Add iniquity unto their iniquity, and let them come not into thy righteousness. Let them be blotted out of the book of the living, and not be written with the righteous. But I am poor and sorrowful. Let thy salvation, O God, set me up on high. I will praise the name of God with a song, and will magnify him with thanksgiving. This also shall please the Lord better than an ox or bullock that hath horns and hoofs. The humble shall see this and be glad, and your heart shall live that seek God. For the Lord heareth the poor, and despiseth not his prisoners. Let the heaven and earth praise him, the seas and everything that moveth therein. For God will save Zion and will build the cities of Judah, that they may dwell there and have it in possession. The seed also of his servants shall inherit it, and they that love his name shall dwell therein. So that's step number 1. Step number 2 of the Psalm magic formula is to go back through this psalm and search for meanings that lie within each verse. Sometimes we call these occult meanings because they're hidden. It can take some digging, but it is that digging and that searching and that effort that takes those magic seeds and dislodges them, planting them deeply in our minds so that we can have the results we seek. Today we are working to be lifted out of overwhelming circumstances. Save me, O God, for the waters are come unto my soul. We are addressing God in this psalm. God in the Hebrew Bible is Elohim. Elohim means the collective. It's a singular plurality, and it is the host of heaven. For psalm magicians, Elohim is a symbol for the one power, the one source, the one force, and the one substance in all of the universe. There is but one, and since there is but one, nothing can oppose it. And this is why psalm magic is so powerful. Save me, O God, for the waters are come in unto my soul. We are addressing this power, and we are being very clear as to what we are experiencing. So whatever it is that you feel like you needed to be lifted out of, we are voicing that as waters coming and rising up and overtaking you. I sink in deep mire where there is no standing, and I am come into deep waters where the floods overflow me. So it's like you're sinking in quicksand. It's really important to give voice to whatever it is that we're experiencing and explain it to this power. It's not that this power doesn't understand. It's just that when we explain it, we are giving voice to it, and we are becoming very clear as to that which we are letting go of. I am weary in my crying, my throat is dried, mine eyes fail when I wait for my God. The Psalms are great. They don't pretend like everything's just cool when it's not. We're not trying to deny what we're going through. We're allowing ourselves to get down into it. So I'm so sick of this. I'm so done with this problem. I'm so done with my crying. I'm so done with waiting for a solution. They that hate me without a cause are more than the hairs of mine head. They that would destroy me, being mine enemies wrongfully, are mighty. Then I restored that which I took not away. Now, if you have physical enemies in the world, this will take care of that. But it's important to understand as magicians, the people in the Psalms represent thoughts in our minds and tendencies in our personalities. Everything in the invisible world that is contributing to this problem are the enemies that we're talking about. And we're feeling like my problems are so big and so many that you couldn't even count them if you wanted to. O God, thou knowest my foolishness, and my sins are not hid from thee. I know I'm not perfect, but you know I don't deserve this, right? And the infinite doesn't think you deserve anything other than pure love and happiness. But it's important that we are clear. Let not them that wait on thee, O Lord of hosts, be ashamed for my sake. Let not those that seek thee be confounded for my sake, O God of Israel. Again, people are thoughts. We are understanding that we have thoughts within our mind that are not contributing to the problem. Please don't let those thoughts be infected by the thoughts that are contributing to this problem. O God of Israel, in Psalm magic, Israel represents the soul. So, God of my soul. I am become a stranger unto my brethren, and an alien unto my mother's children. I am not myself. Nothing is working for me. This has really gotten out of hand. For the zeal of thine house hath eaten me up, and the reproaches of them that reproached thee are fallen upon me. It's as if all of those ego thoughts in my mind that are constantly at odds with me are taking my mind over, and there's nothing that I can do about it. When I wept and chastened my soul with fasting, that was my reproach. I've been trying. I've been trying to do everything I can, doing all of my affirmations, doing my spells, doing my this, doing my that. Nothing's working. I made a sackcloth also my garment, and I became a proverb to them. A sackcloth is an ancient way of penance. It's another way of saying, I've gone to extremes, doing everything that I know how to do, and still I can't get this fixed. They that sit in the gate speak against me, and I was the song of the drunkards. It's as if your own mind is taunting you. And remember, everything in the physical world is a reflection of that which is in your mind. And the bulk of what's in your mind is thoughts that you're not conscious of. So when you look out into the world, recognize that the world is a reflection of your deep thoughts. And you feel like the entire world is taunting you. But as for me, my prayer is unto thee, O Lord, in an acceptable time, O God, in the multitude of thy mercy, hear me in the truth of thy salvation. Well, the infinite always hears you. And there's only now. That's the acceptable time. So it's not that the infinite needs to be convinced so that the infinite gives you relief. You need to be convinced that you deserve to be relieved from this, that you don't deserve what's happening. You need to be convinced to let go of the deep thoughts in your mind that are contributing to this. Now, you may be saying, I have nothing to do with this. What are you talking about? I'm going to turn this video off. I can't blame myself. This has nothing to do with me. I understand that. Nobody's blaming anybody, but we have got to take responsibility for the situations in our lives, even the ones that seem to have nothing to do with us. That's the only way we can treat them magically, because when you do that, when you say, I don't know how I'm contributing to this, but anything that's in the depths of my consciousness that is giving foothold to this problem, I'm willing for that to be released. I'm willing for that to be shown to me and to be released. Deliver me out of the mire and let me not sink. Let me be delivered from them that hate me and out of the deep waters. Deliverance means instantaneous healing. It's not a process. It's not something that's going to take time. When we are delivered, we have a realization, a sudden aha moment. And when we get that aha moment, we get an instantaneous feeling of relief. What you get as an instantaneous feeling of relief is an indicator to you of what's to come on the physical world. Let me be delivered from them that hate me and out of the deep waters. So the cause and the effect. I'm willing to allow the causes deep within my mind to be uncovered and released. And as a result of that, the effects of those, please do it now. Let not the water flood overflow me, neither let the deep swallow me up, and let not the pit shut her mouth upon me. We are taking note of what we are feeling as an intolerable situation, a dangerous situation, and we're asking to be delivered from it immediately. And that is our birthright, by the way. Hear me, O Lord, for thy loving kindness is good. Turn unto me according to the multitude of thy tender mercies. The multitude of the tender mercies of the infinite means the infinite power to correct everything, to turn things around completely. No stone unturned. And when we're asking to be heard, it's not that we aren't being heard. It's not that the infinite is just so busy and then, oh, I hear you now. Okay, I'll fix it. No, the infinite is always there with us, but we must take the first step. The infinite will not help us until we ask, and ask rightly. And that's exactly what we're doing. The reason why is not because the infinite is playing games with us. If the infinite just said, oh no, you can't go through these problems, you can't do this, and just fixed it for you, then we would just be machines. We'd be automatons. We would have absolutely no freedom. But we've been given the freedom to think any thoughts we want to think, and therefore have any results that occur as a result of those thoughts. And many of us are habituated into all kinds of wrong thinking, just like the entire world is. So there's nothing wrong with you. There's everything right with you. But you, just like all of us, have gotten into a habit of thinking thoughts that are not healthy. And so now with this psalm magic, you're getting all of that taken care of because you've asked for it. And hide not thy face from thy servant, for I am in trouble. Hear me speedily. Meaning right now. Hear me right now. I'm ready. right this second, I am ready. We're not waiting. There's no process, God. This is happening here and now. Done. Draw nigh unto my soul and redeem it. Deliver me because of mine enemies. Think of somebody that's distilling an essential oil. They put a bunch of flowers or maybe a bunch of leaves into a container. They cover it with water and they heat it up very carefully. Steam is made. And then that steam is condensed and separated. And what comes out of that separation tube is pure essential oil. And all the water is poured off. And all of that inert matter is then discarded. That's a redemption. And that's what we're asking for. Distill the truth out of my soul and let all of the other thoughts go. And when you are redeemed, then you are instantaneously delivered. Mine enemies, again, are those thoughts that are no longer part of our mind because we're asking for them to be released. Thou hast known my reproach and my shame and my dishonor. Mine adversaries are all before thee. You know I'm not perfect. We get that. Everybody gets that. Nobody's perfect. However, you also know I don't deserve this. I don't deserve to be going through this. So I'm coming to you to help me because I can't help myself. Reproach hath broken my heart, and I am full of heaviness. And I looked for some to take pity, but there was none, and for comforters, but I found none. There's nothing in this world that seems to be able to fix this. That's why I'm coming to the infinite, because you're the only thing that can work. And I'm understanding that. I've tried all my old tricks, but my wand doesn't seem to be working in this situation, so I need you to help me. They gave me also gall for my meat, and in my thirst they gave me vinegar to drink. When you think, oh, there's the solution, oh, that's bitter. There's the solution, oof, that's bitter. This thing that you think is going to help you, you eat it and it becomes bitter. You reach for what you think is water and it's actually vinegar. You're making poor choices based on not understanding where to go. And that's why we're coming to the infinite through this psalm, so that you can get the help that you haven't been able to give yourself. And there's nothing wrong with you, by the way. Actually, there's something very right with you because you're now coming to an understanding that there is a way out of this. It's just that you were looking in the wrong places, and now you're looking in the right place. So good for you. Let their table become a snare before them, and that which should have been for their welfare, let it become a trap. Now, this is one of the cursing psalms. We're actually casting a curse here. But we're cursing those thought forms that are causing the problems. So this is a good kind of curse. It's a very healthy thing to do. And we're just recognizing that when we're in our right mind, all of those thoughts destroy themselves. We don't have to worry about it. They destroy themselves. They get caught up in their own trap and they go away. Let their eyes be darkened that they see not, and make their loins continually to shake. Those thought forms are no longer going to find a way to torment us because they are being destroyed. Pour out thine indignation upon them, and let thy wrathful anger take hold of them. Now, the indignation and wrathful anger of the infinite is an interesting symbol. Think of how darkness feels in the presence of light. Light's just shining. It has no opinion about darkness. It doesn't even see the darkness. But from the point of view of the darkness, oh, that light hates me so much. From the point of view of your problems, the infinite seems very upset. But the infinite's not upset, it's just shining light. And when the light is shined on that darkness, the darkness goes away. Let their habitation be desolate, and let none dwell in their tents. So seek out all the dark corners of my mind. There is no place for these old thought forms to exist anymore. For they persecute him whom thou hast smitten, and they talk to the grief of those whom thou hast wounded. From the point of view of the darkness, the infinite is cruel. Any parts of you that you are still kind of holding dear, which are not good for you, any healthy parts of you, if you're still identifying with those things, you're going to feel like the infinite's testing you and trying you. But that's not what's happening. You're asking for deliverance, but instead of deliverance, you're saying, yeah, but not this darkness. This is too precious. I want this darkness. The infinite doesn't play games like that. The infinite just shines light. It's not selective. So get ready for everything to be healed, even the stuff that you think that you want to keep. Add iniquity unto their iniquity, and let them not come into thy righteousness. Well, you're just stating the obvious. There is nothing that is going to withstand the light of the infinite, the healing of the infinite. There's no diseased part of your mind, body, or affairs that will be able to stand. It's going to all be healed completely, 100%. Let them be blotted out of the book of the living and not be written with the righteous. You're also stating the obvious there. You can't expect the infinite to say, oh yes, I'm going to make righteous that which is untrue. No, the infinite only knows truth. So anything that's not true and not part of its creation is going to be blotted out because it doesn't really exist. It's just part of an illusion in your mind. So when this light is shined, all of it goes. So it's not only this problem you come to the psalm that's getting healed, it's everything. And that's exciting. But I am poor and sorrowful. Let thy salvation, O God, set me up on high. I'm not doing so well. You know how to redeem me. You know how to heal me. And I'm willing to be healed. And that's what's going to happen. Where you're feeling so distraught and so downtrodden and like nothing ever works for you, all of that's going to be exactly the opposite. Once the infinite's finished with you, you're going to feel quite elevated, quite good, quite happy, quite healthy, happy, successful, prosperous, all good. I will praise the name of God with a song and will magnify him with thanksgiving. It's giving you a formula for speeding this whole process up. And that is by praising the name of God with a song and magnifying him with thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, singing, praising, all expand your good. Now, when we praise the name of God, we're not saying praise the Lord about some distant deity. It's very important that you understand this when you're working psalm magic. God represents your good. Even in the midst of all of this, something is good in your life. The fact that you're breathing is good. The fact that you ate something today is good. The fact that you have a place to live is good. There is a lot that is good. So what is already good, even if it seems minuscule to you, start magnifying it with thanksgiving, with praise. And you're going to see that that act in and of itself starts to turn the whole thing around very, very quickly. This also shall please the Lord better than an ox or bullock that hath horns and hooves. The infinite's not asking for sacrifices to show that you're worthy and to show praise. What you want is practical praise, where you're praising that which is already working in your life. That's what's going to work, not sacrificing a chicken or something. The humble shall see this and be glad, and your heart shall live that seek God. So the humble shall see this, the parts of your mind that are already working correctly, and there's plenty that is working correctly, even though you may not understand that, are going to notice your praise. And praise compounds itself. As you praise what's good, and as you praise what's good, as you praise what's good, more good starts to show itself. And it starts to become a dynamo. And everything changes very rapidly. And it says, and your heart shall live that seek God. The heart represents the deep mind. And we want the deep mind, that subconscious mind, to become habituated to praise. That it's just a natural tendency for you to be grateful for what's good in your life. Not because you should be grateful, but because the more gratitude and praise you have for what is working in your life expands that. It makes it really big, really fast. And it takes over all of the bad. It takes over all of the negative, because the negative isn't really there. The negative, even though it seems real, I'm not discounting what you're going through, but in the metaphysical scheme of things, it's not real. And so you can get out of the illusion of this by focusing on what's working and praising it. For the Lord heareth the poor and despiseth not his prisoners. The infinite doesn't abandon you when you're down, but waits for you to ask for help. Because like we said before, the infinite's not going to just come in and do it for you, because that would be against your will. That's a type of attack. So the infinite's never going to attack you, but is waiting for you to ask for the help that you need. And as you ask for it, and as you become committed to staying in that praise, staying in that mindset, the infinite works very quickly. Let the heaven and earth praise him the seas and everything that moveth therein. So all the things in your life start to become reflections of this praise. And lo and behold, you're not only out of the mire, but you're in this exalted place where not only is everything not bad anymore, but everything is really good, better than it's ever been. For God will save Zion and will build the cities of Judah, that they may dwell there and have it in possession. Zion and Judah represent you and the infinite working as a team, working together. So when you allow the infinite to work with you, it's not just that you're going to be lifted out of the mire, but cities will be built. In other words, your whole life is going to transform. Things are going to get huge and fabulous and wonderful. And people are going to look at you and say, what the heck? What happened? I thought they were really depressed. And now look at them. They're not only not depressed, but they're successful. Everything's working for them. What happened? The seed also of his servants shall inherit it, and they that love his name shall dwell therein. So the seed of the servants of the infinite, you're the servant of the infinite. You're not serving the infinite like I'm so low and the infinite's so high and I'm just going to, do what I'm told. No, you're serving the infinite by serving your world, by serving everybody in your life. As a servant, you become exalted. Don't think of servants as being lowly peasants. That's a wrong way of looking at what a true servant is. From the point of view of the infinite, everything that is true serves everything else that's true. So anybody else that's stuck in the mire, you don't have to go out and fix them. In fact, you can't. But you being pulled out of the mire is going to help them. Yes, on some level, they are going to notice it and they're going to be inspired as well because all minds are joined. So once you've finished with this, you just put it away and then you come back again tomorrow and you do it again. And you do it once a day until you get a sense of peace and certainty that all is well. As soon as you get that sense of peace and certainty that all is well, I call it a click. That means your spell has been cast and you don't need to work on it anymore. In fact, don't. Just put it out of your mind and move on to something else and let it manifest. Thank you so much for joining me today. Until next time, blessed be.